Today we will be discussing about Davison-Germer experiment. The de Broglie wave hypothesis was first confirmed by Davison and Germer. They studied electron scattering from a target consisting of a single crystal of nickel. Electrons from a heated filament were accelerated through a potential difference V and emerged from the electron gun. The kinetic energy EV. This incident beam of monoenergetic electrons were directed to strike at normal incidence the surface of a single nickel crystal. The number n theta of electrons scattered at an angle theta to the incident direction was measured by means of a detector as seen in figure 1. The experimental arrangement was such that the intensity of scattering could be measured in any latitude from the equator. It means plane of the target nickel crystal to within 20 degrees of the pole incident beam and in any azimuth. The face of the target nickel crystal was cut parallel to set of 111 planes of the crystal latitude, and etching by vaporization was employed to develop its surface into 111 facets. The incident electron beam was normal to these facets and covered an area of 2 mm square. The data obtained by Davison-Germer experiment is shown in figure 2. For each graph, accelerating potential V and the azimuth 111 are fixed, and measurements of intensity of scattering I theta, that is the number of electrons per unit solid angle with speeds near that of the incident electrons, as a function of co-latitude angle theta, are plotted in polar coordinates I theta. The curve for V is equal to 44 volts as shown in figure 2 shows a slight hump near co-latitude angle theta is equal to 60 degree. This hump develops rapidly and increases voltage into a strong peak, and at the same time moving slowly upward towards the incident beam. It attains a maximum intensity at theta is equal to 50 degree for the accelerating potential of 54 volt as seen in figure C. Then decreases in intensity and disappears at about 68 volts. Figure E. The figure C is redrawn in figure G to explain the meaning of polar plot. Now these results are highly sensitive of de Broglie waves associated with the electrons. If wave character is associated with an electron, then the theory of diffraction of electrons from nickel crystal facet 111 should be like diffraction of X-rays. That means constructive interference in scattered electrons should occur whenever the Bragg condition 2d is equal to sin theta b, 2d sin theta b is equal to n lambda. Here d is the spacing of the Bragg planes, theta b is the Bragg's angle, and n is the integer as in figure 3. If capital D denotes the spacing of the atoms in the crystal, we see from figure 3 that D is equal to capital D sin alpha, alpha is equal to pi by 2 minus theta b, and theta is equal to 2 alpha. The Bragg's law condition becomes capital D sin theta is equal to n lambda. Now for nickel crystal, capital D is equal to 2.15 angstrom. Assuming that the peak at theta is equal to 50 degree corresponds to first order n is equal to 1 diffraction, we see that Davison-German data predicts the wavelength lambda is equal to 2.15 angstrom into sine 50 degree, which is equal to 2.15 angstrom into 0.766, or lambda is equal to 1.65 angstrom. Theoretically, the de Broglie wavelength corresponds to electron speed obtained for 54 volt. Accelerating potential is lambda is equal to h upon under root 2 MeEV, which is equal to 12.3 angstrom upon under root 54, which is equal to 1.67 angstrom. The agreement between the experimental value and the theoretical value is good within the experimental. Thus, the experiment of Davison-Germer verifies the de Broglie wave concept. That's it.
Video, sir?